Recent study, the number of students being homeschooled has reached an all-time high in several states. A report compiled by the Johns Hopkins School of Education's Homeschool Research Lab found that 90% of the states that shared their data had a rise in the number of homeschooled children from the previous year.
What is homeschooling? Homeschooling is the education of children at home by their parents. Why can homeschooling be a negative thing for children? Homeschooling can be a negative thing for children because it can lead to social isolation, it makes it hard to determine the well-being of the child, and it limits exposure to diverse perspectives and ideas. As seen in the statistic provided, most often parents choose to homeschool their children because of religion and because they do not agree with what is being taught in their local schools. This can be harmful to the child because it causes them to only learn and be surrounded by the specific ideas and people their parents choose, which can make it hard for them to socialize and understand different ideas later on in life. As shown in the article, 47% of children who experienced child torture were taken out of school and homeschooled. This shows that homeschooling can be, for many children, a cover-up for abuse.
Calls for homeschool oversight are ramping up in response to a disturbing case this week in Charleston, where a little girl escaped her home, where police say she was handcuffed for 13 hours. Laura Southworth, who was arrested and charged with child neglect and unlawful restraint, had 2 of her children and 2 grandchildren living with her in a South Hills home. Police described the home as extremely messy. Southworth told police she handcuffed the 8-year-old girl because she was making a mess in the house and stealing food. Now, the girl managed to escape from the home with the handcuffs still on Monday morning and run to a neighbor's house for some help. We have since learned that the 3 school-aged kids in the house were pulled from school in October of 2022. We have more details on the homeschooling timeline tonight as Anna Saunders joins us live in the studio with reaction. Anna?
Gina, we have actually obtained Laura Southworth's letter of intent from October 2022, where she said she wanted to cut all ties to Kanawha County schools and homeschool her children. This case, along with the Kennedy Miller case, renewing calls for more checks and balances in the homeschool system.
Different ways to get your child an education. Often parents choose to homeschool because they do not agree with the public school system. Some other choices of schooling are private schools, charter schools, Montessori schools, magnet schools, and more. In order for homeschooling to be a safe and educational environment, it would have to be state regulated and the children have to be checked on often to ensure they are doing good both academically and physically.